Hello and welcome to New Earth Lifestyles. I'm Janee King, your host of the show, with my faithful Tibetan singing bowl. And I have with me today my sponsor, Lisa Ouellet from the Greater Manchester Healing
Oh,
Holistic Health
the group that I'm part of is the Greater Manchester Holistic Meetup. Yep, that's one of the groups that I'm
great.
sponsored.
Well, thanks. Welcome, Lisa. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Great. And so, you have taken a leap of faith this year, or last year, end of last year, and that's what we're here to talk about. Lisa, tell us what you do and what you were doing and what you do now.
Okay, great. I guess my title would be I'm a psychic medium. I do intuitive readings. I've been doing that part-time for the past 10 years or so anyway. It's been my passion, and it's something that I've always, had an affinity for. But I was doing it while I was working at a corporate job for 25 years, unhappy there, just kind of doing this on the side. And then Spirit stepped in last year after many, many manifesting attempts and helped me along and allowed me to do this full-time as of October of last year. So now this is my full-time job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And how did you've been asking Spirit to shift you for a long time?
I've been asking for a long time for that to happen, for that to occur, only because this is my life purpose. I know this is what I'm here to do, and I know that I'm here to help people, and my readings have healed people, emotionally throughout the time that I've been doing them. And again, I wasn't happy at my job. I was unhappy there, and that was affecting my physical body and my emotional state. And when you're stressed and you're not happy, it affects all these areas of your life, as you know. Mm-hmm. So people have said to me since they've seen me since October that they think I'm a different person. So
I guess it's good for you.
It's amazing what a little less stress in your life can do to you.
Great. Well, that's a lot of what we talk about here lots of times.
But it was definitely a leap of faith.
Yeah. So I'd like to know more about the details of that leap of faith. Did Spirit kind of push you off the cliff, or did you've been asking for it and you were prepared for it? Or
well, are you ever prepared for that?
That's true.
That's a tricky thing. It's something that I've been knowing was coming. My guides had been telling me that it was coming in the fall. Like I had been asking all year because I kind of felt in 2013 that was the year that it was going to transpire, but I was really scared and I was really nervous for it because it's a huge change, go from a steady paycheck to to even though you're doing what you love, it's not necessarily, you want to make sure you can pay the bills and things like that,
Yeah,
You don't want to focus on monetary, but you also want to make sure that you can you can sustain, survive, right. But my guides kept telling me that I had nothing to worry about, that it was going to happen. And again, I was hesitant and had a little bit of nerves there. And but then again, I just kept believing that they knew what they were talking about, and they don't usually lead me wrong. They're usually really on target with things. And every time I would pull some of my cards, I use the angel cards for confirmation. And any time I would pull some of my cards, they would tell me it was coming, and I would just be like, okay, I gotta believe this is something that I have to do, And then I started working, I believe it was the very end of September, I started working with a life coach or a soul purpose coach. And within 2 weeks of working with her, surprisingly, the universe stepped in, and I had gotten what I wanted as far as my job being let go. And yeah.
So they discontinued your job or something, or?
In a way, my job that I had was pretty slow, and things weren't going, I was pretty bored. I was reading a book almost every day for a year. I was reading a couple books a week. They were, at that point, they were kind of just paying me to just be there as somebody to answer the phones and things like that. So I kind of put it out to the universe that if they were going to let somebody go, that I would be okay if it was me, as long as I got my severance package and, got taken care of in that way. And that's what Spirit did.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow. So you had a lot of courage to ask for this for the past how many years you've been asking for it, and then when it all came to fruition the way your cards said. So I'd like to know more about how you get in touch with your spirit guides and your cards to kind of tell you or give you confirmation and how you trust all that.
Yeah. Well, what I do is I connect with my angels, my guides, and if I'm doing a reading for somebody, I always ask for messages for their highest good because I'm a very spiritual reader. I'm sure a lot of readers are, but I want to make sure that I'm not giving you the answer to the question that you ask just for tomorrow or for the next day. I want to make sure I'm giving you the answer that's for your highest good, that's going to lead you to the path that that you need to go at, or that you need to be at. So I connect with my guides, and I connect with your guides, and they kind of all get together
How
up
do you
there.
connect?
How do I connect?
Yeah, just for the
That's a
sake of
technical
people out there
question.
that may not understand how you connect.
Okay.
I mean, you plug in a plug.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's an intellectual thing. Well, maybe not. That's not the right word. What I do is I always do a meditation first, and I ask for protection from the angels so that I'm always, grounded and protected. I ground first. That's always important.
It is. Staying grounded.
You want to make sure that you're, get your 2 feet on the earth. And then I just kind of like tune in to my guides. I tune into other person's guides. I ask for messages, to be for their highest good. I close my eyes a lot, so if you see me doing that, I close my eyes a lot when I'm getting messages because it's easier for me. There's so many different ways that people have ability. There's a lot of different clairs, and for the most part, I'm clairvoyant, clairaudient, and empathic, which to me is a lot like clairsentient, so that you just know automatically. So I hear and I see, and I kind of just know. Mm-hmm. So when I'm tuning into somebody and when I'm working with them, they'll ask me a question, and I'll either hear the answer or I'll see the answer, or I'll just feel like, their guides are giving me a special direction for them to go in. And then a lot of times I'll just pull cards for confirmation. And like if I ask a question and I say, I don't know, for instance, if somebody asks me, should they be in the situation living that they're in, should they be moving? I don't know if this is going to work right now because we're doing it, but I'll, if I get an answer and I say, I feel like, the situation that you're in isn't really positive for you, you need to be moving out, or on that idea, I'll pull the cards, and, this one says follow your dreams, kindness, and self-reliance. So that would tell me that where they're living isn't really the best place for them at this time, and they need to be somewhere else that's, where they can be on their own or something like that. So that's usually a confirmation for me. A lot of times I'll actually get the card that says move or new move or something like that.
So what were the cards you just pulled that told you that?
This one was follow your dreams, kindness, and self-reliant.
And self-reliance. Okay.
So those would, if I was asking that question, somebody was sitting in front of me, that would tell me that if they're not happy where they are, following their dreams and, being more gentle with themselves and putting themselves in a more gentle atmosphere. And maybe if they're in a situation where the other person that they're living with, it's not good for them, that they need to be on their own, the self-reliant card, Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the way it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure. Sure you may.
I think it might work.
We could try.
Well, you can ask, I'd like to know if I'm going to be moving soon.
Okay. Let's see. Janee.
How would we do that? Would I need to play with the cards?
No.
Okay.
Everybody works differently. I like to just be the one to have my energy in the cards. Okay. Everybody else, I shouldn't say everybody else, a lot of other people might like to let other people touch the cards. It's just an energy thing.
Yeah. So
let's see. Will Janee be moving? And then I would tune in, ask my guides with my eyes closed. I get the sense for you, Janee, that I feel like you will be moving, but I feel like it's going to be, I'm directionally challenged, I might say too, but it feels south to me, not south in a different state. It feels like that you're moving south in direction. So I feel like you're going to stay in the New Hampshire area.
Okay.
But it feels to me that you're going to be moving away from where you are now.
Okay.
Are you looking to move out of state?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm just wondering where I'm going to be moving.
Okay.
But I want to be finding a house rather than an apartment.
Okay. I feel like when you ask me that, it feels to me like the Manchester, Nashua-ish area. So I'm not sure where you live now, but it feels like it's a move down for me energetically.
Okay.
Down.
Yeah, because I'm in New London.
Geographically.
So I'm north of here.
Okay. So that makes sense. And then I would ask my cards for confirmation. I got the visualization, honoring your true feelings, and miracle healing. So my sense would be, do you do a lot of work not in New London, but you do a lot of work other places that you travel a lot to go to? No?
Not really.
Okay. A lot of time.
Other than here, and I do have access to a Concord location.
Okay.
For healing.
So,
but I was thinking of, there's a place in Manchester I'm going to go look at next week.
Oh, okay.
So, that maybe that's something to me to really be serious about.
Absolutely. I would say probably. The visualization card says if you have something in mind, or if you visualize where you're going to be, if you see it, it's all about manifesting too.
I've been seeing it for a long time.
Okay.
It hasn't come up yet.
Well, and honoring your true feelings and miracle healing. So if that feels good to you, and if that's something that resonates within you, I always tell people I can give you information and I can guide you along, but you have to, if nothing I say, or if certain things I say, a part of what I say doesn't feel good to you and it doesn't resonate with you, then don't take it. Just take the part that feels good to you. I'm not here, I'm never here to make anybody do something that's out of their comfort zone, So, but I would say yes. I would say the Manchester, Nashua-ish area feels really good, and then these cards indicate that would be a good thing for you.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, Lisa, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been, this has been you've been psychic pretty much all of your life, or? Pretty
much, yeah. For a long time, I didn't even know that I had that ability. When I was in high school, or when I was a child, I was just a really good guesser, I always thought I was a really good guesser.
Well, that's a good way to look at it. I'm a really good guesser, but I'm really psychic, don't know.
Well, I didn't know it at the time. Nobody in my family was, talked about psychic things, and I had no idea. There's this game called, I'm going to draw a blank on the name of it now. Oh gosh. Well, anyway. It's a game where you have to pick the colored pegs. Why am I drawing a blank on that?
That's okay.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Maybe it'll come in.
Mastermind. There you go. That worked. The game is
magic.
Gone. Right. The game is called Mastermind, and you have to pick
Mastermind.
You have to pick the colored pegs in the right order, and so if you get one right, somebody will put. If you get one right color, but not in the right space, somebody puts a white peg, and if you get the right color in the right spot, they put a black peg. But you don't know which one is which. So you have 10 guesses to go up, and then you look at the pegs and you think, well, I don't know which one is right. And I used to be really, really good at that. I could always get it in like 3 tries. But I didn't know, that I was being helped along the way. I'm just like, I'm a really good guesser. And my family would hate playing that game with me.
Because you always won.
Yeah. And then I tell the story sometimes, we had another, if you're familiar with Atari back then.
Atari.
Yeah.
Atari.
Do you remember those video games?
Yeah, the original video game.
Right.
I think.
So, I don't know, I must have been like 12 or 13 or so. We had a game called Invisible Tanks, which was you would shoot at the other person's tank, but it was completely blank screen. You had no idea where you were hitting.
Kind of like battleships too. That was another game with pegs that you put a peg here and trying to get their battleship.
Right.
And you couldn't see what you were hitting.
Exactly.
No, you didn't hit it.
Well, this is actually using a video game. So you're sitting there and you're hitting the button, and if you hit the other person's tank, it lights up on the screen. So I would play that game very well too. I would get like 85 hits to the other person's like 3, And my family hated playing that game with me as well. But I didn't know that I was getting help with it. So
you were getting help all this time.
Yeah. So just things like that. It was just spirit was with me and just giving me assistance. And then I started kind of a love of astrology when I was maybe like 18, which kind of morphed into numerology and handwriting analysis and kind of all things psychic. I just kind of everything evolved, and I started realizing there's paranormal things out there that fascinated me, and kind of went along that route for a little while. Then I had my daughter. I was 23 and I had my daughter, and I kind of stopped that for a little while. And then in my 30s, again, I decided to take some energy classes. And when I started taking energy classes, my gifts really just started to develop even stronger.
Great.
Yeah. But back in high school, actually, now I'm thinking about it, back in high school, I had taught myself to read a regular deck of playing cards. So I can't do it any longer, but now I read angel cards. But I used to be able to read just regular playing cards. So I remember being in breaks in classes and stuff, and I'd take out my cards and I'd read friends around me and stuff. So people want to know. People always want to know what was going on in their life, right?
Right. Everyone wants to know. You want to know from the higher sources.
That's right.
What's going to happen because I'm feeling like 2014 is an explosion year.
I agree.
For me, but not only for me, but for all of us who are searching for what our truth, and like you changed your job just last year into this, what you truly want to do, and that's just going to explode because we're, I just feel like it's a 7, 2014 is a 7 year, and for me it's just I feel like our creative self is going to come alive, and really be directed toward what we've been wanting.
Oh, I agree. I've seen so many people. I read a lot of, for private sessions, I read a lot of individual people, and you'd be surprised at how many people they're just at that crossroads, and things are just really getting to that point where 2014 is going to be a fantastic year for them.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about that.
It is. It's going to be good for everybody. I have a mission statement too. My mission statement is moving souls from imprisonment to empowerment, and I that kind of goes along with 2014 because I feel like there's so many people that have kind of just been stuck. 2013 was a year of endings and a year of a lot of people had an uncomfortable year with a lot of different things, and I feel like this is the year we kind of free ourselves to kind of move forward to that place that we're all supposed to be at.
Right.
that area that direction we're going in.
I have the same feeling, and I remember the 2012 phenomenon that we all thought the end of the world was happening on winter solstice, and the whole year. It feels like all of that culminated to that point, and now it's kind of expanding to this what we really want in our lives, and it just will continue to expand. But if we take advantage of this year, whenever an opportunity shows itself to us, and we step into that and go through the fear or go through whatever that anticipation might be, I know that will open up a tremendous amount of doors.
Walking through fear is hard for a lot of people, It
certainly is.
Yeah.
I've been through my share of them. I still have plenty of fears to walk through, but I know
As do I.
I jumped off the cliff like you did back in '96 when I was drawn to go to Barbara Burnham's School of Healing, a 4-year healing program, and I was a general ledger accountant at Concord Litho at the time, and they wouldn't give me 5 weeks a year off without pay. I just separate weeks throughout the year. I just wanted them, and they just said no. And so my husband said he'd support me. I was very fortunate to be able to just do it. And I know I went to a couple psychics before that happened to kind of get a confirmation of what am I doing here? All this 401k and all these benefits, insurance, and blah 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 blah, all the stuff you stay in a job for. And I haven't had insurance or 401k since, and I feel really, really fantastic. And knock on wood, I know this whole thing about insurance it scares people, but I firmly believe that if you take care of yourself and you pay attention to your life, you pay attention to what's going on in your body, you can work with yourself to overcome or to be with whatever. My theory with that is to sink into it and find out what's going on, to dissolve it before it turns into anything.
Well, the other part of that too is just having faith in spirit. If this is what you're supposed to be doing, and this is where you're supposed to be on your spiritual path, then you'll be provided for in other ways. I went from a job of 25 years with insurance and 401k and pension and all that to, now I'm self-supporting myself. I'm not worried about it though. I feel good about it. I feel like spirit's gonna make everything happen the way it's supposed to, and it just feels right to me. So I'm not worrying about, I'm not trying not to worry about the aspect of all the little mundane things. It's all a learning curve as I start, moving forward. This is all new to me, but I'm still trying to just have a lot of faith and trust because they're making me feel like, this is the right place for me and this is the right direction that I'm going in. So it feels good.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, congratulations on this big move in your life. Yeah. It's all good. More and more people are doing this. I'm really feeling that as people lose their jobs, so to speak, or as their things change in the job market, that this is what all of us should be doing.
Absolutely. Looking
at our passion and finding ways to turn it into an income. Absolutely.
I mean, it's a gift from God, really, that I wake up every day and I think to myself, wow, this is my living now. This is my job. Like, I'm getting paid to do something that I love. How much better can that be, It feels fantastic. It just really feels good.
So you wake up every day, yes, I'm here.
Whereas before I woke up every day going, oh, it's Monday, I have to go to that job. Now I wake up and I'm like, I love it. It feels wonderful.
And what does that do for your health, but help it be
healthy?
Good?
My stress level has gone down immensely. My eating habits have improved. I can exercise on a more regular basis. So it's all very positive. Everything's good. Yeah.
Excellent. So you have the Meetup group. I'm wondering if you could tell me a little bit about how that began.
Yeah. Well, we have a couple different founders for that, people that are in charge of that, running that. Holly Sutherland from Today's New Dawn is also, we're part, kind of the founders of it. And Deb Gieman from Bedford Body Care. Carissa Dorman, she's a medium in Nashua. She's also part of the administrative part of that group. And we're sponsoring a fair coming up.
Okay, that's right. I think I just saw that.
The February 9th, we're going to have a holistic fair at Country and Sweets. And we're going to have all kinds of different modalities. There'll be massage and all kinds of energy healing and Reiki and readings and things like that. All fun stuff.
Great.
But I guess we just kind of decided to do this meetup because we wanted to incorporate different kinds of energy healing and different opportunities to people. We wanted a place that we could all go and just experience different modalities, and all grow. The whole purpose is to grow spiritually, right?
Yes.
So we're all hoping to learn from each other. So we try to put on events, and as often as possible, we try to have just informational nights as well too. And
so you get together. Other than having the fairs, you also meet. Do you meet like once a month?
We don't have a specific. We were meeting every Tuesday, once a month on Tuesdays, I should say. And then I don't know, with the holidays and everything, it kind of fell through for a little while. So we're hoping to start that up again on a regular basis. But we put them out there online, and anybody can join. And we're getting new members constantly. So we're an open-minded group. We cater to a lot of different needs and a lot of just different healing modalities. We're big into Reiki, and a few of us do psychic mediumship things. But we also have, again, we're open to anything. At some point we'd love to have you come on, come be part of us and maybe do a drum making class or something.
Right. Oh, that'd be great.
That would be awesome.
It would be. I know you just. I just got an email from you asking to join it, and I had no idea how to do it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not very literate on the internet. On the
we'll talk after the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Fun stuff.
Absolutely.
Fun stuff. We'll just do a little breath. Coming in.
I like that.
Nice.
Yeah, those are
My
nice.
heart bowl.
Is it Tibetan?
It's a Tibetan bowl, yes.
Yeah.
When I graduated from Barbara Brennan School, all of us in class put an order in for one, and they said it was being carried over from Tibet by a monk, 100 of them. I don't know how he carried 100 of them, but it did come from Tibet.
They're beautiful.
7 medals.
That's something I'd like to do. I'd like to get into the Tibetan bowls or the singing bowls. I just love the vibration. That feels really good.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I have invited the other person that I was waiting to hear from that was going to come today. She does bowls, and hopefully she's going to come in February.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Tanji Sampson. She's in Hooksett, I believe, and has a healing space there. I think it's called Heart Song Healing.
Okay.
And so I'm hoping she comes sometime in February to demonstrate her bowls. Because she does a
love to see that show.
Yeah, I would. I'd love to be there. So if you know anybody else, you said you had someone else that might want to.
Yeah, I'll pass some names along to you. Absolutely.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
So I'm here once a week to offer to the community new opportunities to look at life in a different way, new earth lifestyles, mediumship, or how to leave your job, or how to pick up your life if you have no job, or how to be a happier person. I really believe that joy is what we're here to be.
Absolutely.
We're here to enjoy life and to open our hearts and love everyone, love each other, and all those are higher vibrations. I know everyone's used to talk about ascension and awakening. But I believe that's in here. I don't believe it's anywhere out there that we're attaining to. I believe it's in here that I'm attaining to anyway, to know more of myself and let go of more of the blocks that are keeping me from being my God self. They're keeping me human, I guess you could say.
Right.
We're all human, but I think we're here to attain more of a loving compassion for each other.
Absolutely.
And, so that's kind of what this show is about, is giving people an opportunity to see people like you or other types of people that are doing things that you might not see in the main television.
And everything is energy. Everything is frequency too. So we
is.
all vibrate on different frequency levels, and I think that's why I connect so well with the angelic realm. I think I vibrate at a high frequency. I get a lot of ringing in my ears and things like that. Just a lot of. I can't wear a watch.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Watches stop within moments after. I freeze my computers on all the time. I can't keep. It's kind of funny, but. but I think that's
similar things.
Yeah.
And I used to. I can't wear a watch either because it would take a little longer than right away.
Well,
but,
yeah, mine would take a
couple.
Yeah, mine would take a couple days. But
I would all of a sudden, darn it, it's not working. I just got this thing.
Yep.
I paid $25 for it because I knew it was going to die.
Yep.
Sooner or later.
Exactly. Just go into the bracelets now.
Yeah, that's good. So I also keep little crystals on top of my computer.
Oh, I do that too.
Hematite and rose quartz.
Okay, I have smoky quartz on mine. Yeah.
Okay. Well, hematite's supposed to keep the bad out.
Okay, great.
So I don't know about.
I'll be putting some on top of that today then.
I did have an experience with something coming through my computer a while ago that was very scary, and so that's why I keep hematite on my computer, because I have an iMac that has just the screen and the computers in the thing, and so yeah, there's all kinds of things like that we can do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So I think we're getting ready to wrap it up. I want to say thank you to manchestertv.org and to John for helping us set up today. John O'Neill, our technical director. And if you out there would like to have anyone that you'd like to come on the show, or if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. I believe my number is on the screen, 503-526-6041. And you can call me at any time during the day, not middle of the night. But so we're here to give you new opportunities to look at ways of living or lifestyles that you may not have any inkling about, but they may resonate with you once you see them. So thanks for joining us today, and we'll gong ourselves out and take a deep breath. And thank you for being here, and have a great week.
Thanks for having me.
And you're welcome. Thanks for being here, Lisa.